You must let me finish talking, guys. Good morning. How are you guys doing this morning? Excel fine. Someone said Excel fine. Hey, English. Guys, welcome to the greatest investment challenge ever. Before we begin, a couple of house rules we need to adhere to. Make sure your devices are on silent mode at all times. If you ever need the bathroom, bathrooms are out the door. We have ushers that will guide you. Papa, with the Daniel Hector shirt, have a seat, Papa. Have a seat, have a seat. Have a seat, my brother with the size 28 waist. Have a seat. Today is all about celebrating your hard work. Sitting amongst you in this room are a bunch of winners. A bunch of winners, purely based on how much effort and dedication you've put into this specific challenge. So before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, I want to take the time to just congratulate each and every one of you for being here today from all over the country. Some of you flew in here today. Who was on a flight today? Aich! Look at the flyers. Whose first flight was it? Wow, okay, you guys are coming from nice schools. So you knew what to do in the aeroplane. You didn't ask weird questions like, where do you open the window? All right. That happened during my first flight. So welcome, all of you that have flown in here. Who took the bus to get here? Ah, nice schools. Who came in a venture? I've lost some of you. I've lost you. So a venture is imagine a G-Wagon that lost its job 7 years ago. That's what a venture looks like. Did anyone come in a Toyota Venture here today? So you guys came in like fancy cars? Oh, no. Someone said yes. All right. Mercedes. Audi. Wow. See, you say Audi. The brother in the back with the hat, like Begi Kele, he says Audi. But ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, I want to remind you, today's ceremony is about celebrating each and every one of you. So when we call up a school, when we call up individuals, let's clap and cheer and celebrate them. Are we together? In our midst today, you are sitting amongst captains of industry, people that have achieved greatness in the financial sector, CEOs, people who have started financial literacy programs that have benefited thousands of kids in our country. In our midst, we have the legend, Mr. Martin Sweet, ladies and gentlemen, responsible for educating the masses when it comes to financial literacy for over the past decade. Yes. So, today is the beginning of the rest of your lives. Are you guys ready to find out who our winners are? Just to give you some insight on how far this can take you, our last year's varsity winners won a trip of a lifetime. They got to go to New York. Guys, do you know how nice it is to travel internationally? To go see the world. I got invited to do my first international gig last year. Yes, I'm international now. Thank you for all the claps, thank you. Yeah, I got to do a show in Lesotho. And let me tell you, hey, we're not judging, hey. Let me tell you, Lesotho is a real country with a flag and everything. Just happens to be inside our country. And the airport is much smaller. Like when a plane lands in Lesotho, it just goes, there's no space. But you travel and you get to see things, right? You get to experience things when you go into the world. And I like traveling in Africa a lot. I do a lot of shows in Africa, in Kenya, Uganda, Nigeria. I last did a show in Nigeria last year. And I remember landing in Nigeria. And here's why I say you must travel, so you can learn things. Who catches Uber here? Who uses Uber? So you know the Uber options we have here, right? You get Uber X, which is like a sedan. You get Uber Go, which is like the tiny cars. And then you get Uber Black, if you're being fancy, Audis. Uber Van for the big cars. So I'm used to those options. When we got to Nigeria, I didn't realize Nigeria has their own Uber options. So when I landed in Nigeria and I opened my Uber app at the airport, everything changed on the app. All of a sudden, it had like Uber XP, Uber P, Uber this, Uber. I didn't know the options. So naturally, I chose the cheapest one, which was Uber P. So I ordered a Uber P, couple of nairas. Then a guy met me at the door of the airport with my bags. He took my bags. We started walking. It was about 20 minutes into our walk when I was like, my brother, where's your car? And he said, my brother, you ordered a Uber P. It's passing. Yo! Took us 2 hours to get to the hotel. So travel, go see the world, and who knows, because of your hard work, you could be globe-trotting, ladies and gentlemen. So to kick us off, we have a very, very special welcome address by our group CEO. Ladies and gentlemen, a lady who's passionate about investment, one of the pioneers of this program. She has over 30 years of international experience. It doesn't make sense when you see her, but believe it. She has 30 years. Some of you will say, oh, she probably started when she was 6. Ladies and gentlemen, she served in multiple boards and held senior roles in banking, capital markets, and payments. She was appointed CEO of the JSE 1st of October 2019. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to ask that we start the claps with my sister over there, my sister in the corner. Are you ready? What is your name, ma? Yo! Kwenelwa. Kwenelwa. Did I get that right? Sorry, I went to Greenside Primary. You know, I never know where to slot in the clicks. I also went to good schools. No, so, Kwenelwa, we're going to start the claps with you. Let's start the claps over there. Let's get them moving around the room, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get them going all the way to our lady who drives the Audi. Make some noise for the incredible Layla Fury.
Thank you. Thank you, Quinella, and to the next Trevor Noah. Thank you. Everybody, it's an absolute pleasure to be here, and Mpo Pops is talking about travel, and I'm really impressed that all of you guys have traveled before. So the first time I got on an aeroplane, I was 26. So things have changed. It shows my age. I'm a lot older than you might think I am. In fact, this is the last time that I'm going to be standing here before you. How many of you guys have been here before? How many of you have been part of this competition before? Most of you are new, so you won't know that I've got a very special tradition that I do every time I stand up here. This is my very best annual experience at the JSE, and without question, it's my biggest legacy and my most important value and contribution after having been at the JSE for over 15 years. So I'm going to be retiring next year in March. And I'm going to actually do some more traveling like you guys, except for I'm not going to go on an Uber P. I'm going to go sailing and around the world, and I'm going to sit on boards. And hopefully I'm going to do something for children and for women to help them integrate and become more part of the inclusive economy. But before I do that, my annual tradition is that I've got children at home, and I've got a little granddaughter. She's 3. They are in Australia, and my granddaughter I told her she can call me Gogo, but she couldn't say Gogo, so she calls me Dodo. Now she knows all about selfies, so I want to take a selfie of you guys, so I'm going to ask you to all stand up. Mpo Pops, come and join me, man.
Of course, Dodo.
Okay, now when I count to 3, we're going to go down, and you guys are going to put your hands in the air, because they won't believe me that you were all here. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Leila,
All
we
right.
need to do another one. This brother was not showing his teeth. My brother,
Oh,
my brother.
brother.
Smile, man, smile.
Brother,
Come on, my
come
brother.
on.
On the count of 3, all of us say JSE. You guys ready?
Hold on, let me take the timer off. Okay, here we go. You ready?
3,
Arms up.
2, 1. JSE!
JSE! Awesome.
Thank you for smiling, my brother. Beautiful gold tooth.
So you all know, as I said, that this is the most special event of the year. And what is particularly special for me is the curious and interesting minds that I can see in all of you. When I joined as CEO, the Schools Challenge supported 20,000 children a year. How many of you know how many students we have this year? It's a bit more. I'll give you a hint. So we were aiming for 50,000. We now have 66,000 learners. I take a bow to all of you. Guys, when I look at the results and what you have all contributed in your learning journey, it's absolutely phenomenal because you are all part of a bull run. How many of you know where a bull and a bear run comes from? Do you know where it comes from? So the idea is that a bull charges up, so markets go up like the bull charges up, and a bear attacks down. So if we're in a bear market, everything's going down. If we're in a bull market, everything's going up. I only collect bulls. Some people give me a bull and a bear, but bulls are what I like to collect because I'm optimistic. And so we've had a phenomenal year. Up until September this year, the all-share index was up 23%. And if we look at the top 40 in dollar terms, it was up 55%. And the people that are going to be standing on the stage have actually beat that index. How phenomenal is that? We've had one of our strongest years in fact, the strongest year in the last decade, and yet you guys were able to outperform that index. I'm really so impressed with what all of you have done. We also had another record achievement at the JSE. In July, we hit 100,000 points. The index started, now you might ask, what is a point? The index started in 1960 at 100 points, and it's now gone up 1,000-fold to 100,000. So how phenomenal is that? Really impressive again that you have been working in a market where everything's going up and you're trying to outperform the average of what we call the indices. So congratulations, and I also want to pay tribute to all of the coaches who are sitting here today. I really bow down to each and every one of you because without them, you guys would not have been learning. You wouldn't have known the difference between an ETF and a single stock future, and we really appreciate the contribution that you've made. So thank you so much to all of you who are sitting in the room. And ultimately, the purpose of this event is not just about winning. It's about learning life skills, skills that you're going to take into your future. And we do a lot in that space. Education is a very, very important part of the way we work. One of our values is growing together, and that's because we all like to learn. And we run a women's investment conference, which happened in August, called She Invests. There was electricity in the air. The auditorium was packed full. It was absolutely wonderful to see gogos and young children up to 13 years old, girls, coming in to learn about how to invest. And so when you walk out, you're not walking out with money or with a great sense of pride. You're walking out with lifelong skills. And don't ever forget the importance of managing your money. I want to thank the Vuyos team and everybody who has been involved in making today possible. Even the guys behind the screens, managing the sound and all the technical stuff. I want to also just think about markets. Markets are complex and they are vast, but so is your potential. And so I want to thank you all for being here and welcome you with open arms. And I hope to see you next year. Don't make this your only year. And tell your friends about it. Next year, we want 100,000 people learning about markets, learning how to save, and learning how to compound their value into the future. Thank you so much.
Leila Fury, everybody. You know, my lady, you spent a lot of time up here on stage thanking all the individuals in the room, but I think it is you we need to thank. The most heartbreaking thing you said to us is that we are losing you next year, March. But when I think about the incredible work that you've done, the programs that you've pioneered, this guy over here is going to drive a G-Wagon because of you one day. That brother over there with the brown, he's going to have a Lamborghini one day because of you. And the SIU won't come get it. Besides all the flashy, nice things, I think the reason why I want to thank you is because financial literacy has been such a big problem in our country. And the programs you've initiated and things you've done have given the future of South Africa, which is our children, the tools to understand how money works, to teach them about markets. So to you, Leila, we say thank you. And I think let's give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, let's all get up on our feet, ladies and gentlemen, and honor a pioneer in the financial sector, Leila Fury. Thank you so much for everything that you do and continue to do. Thank you so much, Leila. Even in retirement, you're going to be sailing and helping people. Thank you so much for everything you've done, for everyone in this room, past generations, and for everything that you continue to do for our future generations. Now, ladies and gentlemen, up next, you're in for a treat because we have the head of retail investment global markets at Standard Bank Group. I'm going to ask that we start the claps on that side. My brother with the Jason Mraz hairstyle. What's your name, my brother? Daniel or Daniel? Daniel. Daniel, my brother, please, let's start the clap on your side. Let's get it moving all the way around, ladies and gentlemen, all the way to non. Make some noise for the one and only Nivetna Maharaj.
Thank you. Thank you to the JSE for inviting me to be the chief guest today. You can hear me, right? Over the mic. Okay. Thanks. Okay. Thank you. So I'm going to share my personal story in terms of my career and how this investment challenge played a big part of that role. This occasion marks a significant milestone for me, as my journey began when I participated in the JSE Investment Challenge at the age of 17. That experience took place 21 years ago while I was a student at Amzinto Secondary School in a small town on the south coast of KZN. From an early age, I had a deep curiosity of wanting to know more about other countries and how the world economy works. I loved economics. Recognizing this, my economics teacher encouraged us to participate in the stock market by entering our team in the JSE Investment Challenge back in 2004. At that time, we didn't have the technology and access to information compared to these days. So we relied on the daily business newspapers and the news bulletins to monitor stocks and market developments, as we did not have access to even a computer lab or a dedicated tutor. Despite these limitations, the experience of simulating the work of capital market professionals were invaluable. Through the investment challenge, I gained essential knowledge about the JSE and the fundamentals used to value various stocks and understand the sectors that actually drive our economy. This was one of the experiences, because someone asked me, was this the sole reason? This was one of the experiences that solidified my ambition to pursue a career in capital markets and envision myself on working on a trading floor. Following the completion of my honors in BCom accounting, I secured a position on the Standard Bank CA program to complete my CA articles. And at that point in time, apparently, when I did the challenge in 2004, Standard Bank was actually the sponsor. This provided me the opportunity to rotate across the group from asset management to global markets. For many of you, this may be your first visit to the JSE. I recall the feeling, the same excitement 16 years ago when I had the opportunity. So we actually had one of our offices in the building next door. And I remember that feeling walking up the stairs and entering this building. And to today, I'm continually grateful for the privilege of being involved in the heart of capital markets. That formative experience laid the foundation for my subsequent achievements, including becoming the first woman on the SPG Securities board as an executive director, which is a stockbroker member of the JSE, and serving as the first female CEO, regulatory CEO, between 2021 to 2024. Beyond my own career development, this journey inspired the launch of our own financial literacy and mathematics program for schools, which incorporates the JSE Challenge, which aims to nurture our future generations. Last year, witnessing one of our beneficiary schools win the challenge was among the most rewarding moments of my career. Although I was never finalist in the investment challenge, at that point in time, I stand today before you. Today I extend my sincere congratulations to all the finalists present today, and I would like to share some quick tips or wisdom for you. Always be grateful for the opportunities you get. Take it every exposure. So if there's a career day at your school, there's a career day at university, always be curious to understand, like if someone's worked at capital markets, or even understand just naturally what people do. Don't let that go, okay? Always pave it forward for people and never forget about where you have come from. One day you will need to plant the seeds for your community. And if we all plant a seed, like the seed that was planted to me 21 years ago, we will have a beautiful country to nurture. Learn to take on your failures. I never made it to the finalists round back in the day. But hey, I still made it here somehow. Lastly, I would like to take the opportunity to wish Leila well on her next journey. I think my experience in the last 5 years, you've added a human touch to the exchange and always kept an open door policy. And you've been a significant role model for many women like us in capital markets. So thank you so, so much. And also a significant brand ambassador for SA through a very tough time in the last kind of 5 years to get us here. Okay. So congratulations, and I wish you all the best. That's it from me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nivedna Maharaj. All right. Did you guys write those tips down? Okay. You took notes. Okay. You could be the next Nivedna. You could be the next Layla. It's all up to you. Or you could be the next Simon Brown. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of my financial heroes. He's a market commentator, an educator, a trader, an investor, and he has learned his market lessons from the school of hard knocks. He's a very stylish gentleman, ladies and gentlemen. Please put your hands together, make some noise. This time around, we're going to start it in the middle. My brother, let's start the claps with you. Aich, what's your name? Black coffee. Begumuzi, look at the house. I love it. All right, Begumuzi, let's start the claps with you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, the man, the myth, the legend from JustOneLeap.com, Mr. Simon Brown.
Thank you. My microphone, there we go. Ladies and gents, good afternoon to everyone. I'm going to start, it's been said already, but congrats to everyone who is here. 66,000 people started this. There are 120 at the pointy end, and that's you. And whatever you leave today with is going to be awesome. It's an experience. I remember my first time going to the exchange. It was in the 80s, 1985. It was still somewhere down in the city. And it was open outcry, which basically meant it was a bunch of men. They were all men. They were all white men. And they were shouting at each other. I mean, literally, shouting, yelling. There was noise, there was chaos. There were pieces of paper flying into the air. And this was a stock market. I remember thinking it was about the craziest thing I'd ever seen. And equally, I thought it was about the coolest thing I'd ever seen. And I thought, yeah, I want to be having myself some of that. And here we are today. It's a fundamentally different world. Navinda mentioned lack of computers when she was doing it. When I was at school, I matriculated in, what the heck, let's say it, 1987. Yo, that was an honest response. My school did not do Schools Challenge because we didn't have a fax machine, because you had to fax your orders through to Johannesburg. And the youngins in this class have no idea what I just said. Go Google it afterwards. We thought faxes were really, really funky. And they were. They absolutely were. But these days, well, yeah, no one has a fax anymore. This is also my 19th year speaking here. I worked for Standard Online Share Trading back. I joined in 2007. We were a sponsor. I was asked to speak, and I have now made it for 19 years. Hopefully, I can make it for a 20th next year. To the point that the one time I was on holiday with my wife, and the JSE flew me from my holiday to Joburg to speak, to fly me back to my holiday, which sounded very exotic. But those of you who have flown up today and fly back this evening very quickly realize that going in and out of a city in one day sounds exotic, but is actually a bit of a schlep. Nonetheless, we're here, we're going to have fun. I got 3 points I want to talk around today. And I think the first, I spend a lot of time talking to people, generally, everyone, CEOs, students, scholars, investors. I talk to people. But talking to young folks is perhaps the most fun, because you have something which others of us don't have, and that is time. I did a presentation last night talking around Warren Buffett and how he used to be the richest man in the world. I don't even know if he's still in the top 10. My wife always says, you know what, anywhere in the top 100 would be fine. He's worth about $150 billion. And if you look at his wealth progression, it doesn't do very much forever and a day. And he gets to about 50, and then it really starts to take off. And that's the compounding effect. And we all understand that concept of compound. But the secret of compound is time. And what do you folks have is that time. You have it in abundance. You've got a vast amount of it. You know, one of my dreams was to retire early, although as per Mr. Pop's math, Ma'am Farie is retiring at 36. My target was to retire at 40, and I actually left Standard Bank to go. I was going to join the professional senior surfers tour. What I didn't realize is that the senior surfers tour is actually professionals. It's Kelly Slater, it's Sean Thompson, it's people who know how to surf. I didn't really know. I mean, I come from eThekwini, but I didn't really know how to surf. Anyway, the point being is that it was that time. You've got the abundance of time, small gains, and then you catch a year like this where our market has done incredibly well. This is the best market that we've seen on the JSE since 2006. So it's been 19 years, 20 years since we had such a strong market. That year, it did 40%. It was, again, driven by commodities. We are a commodity economy by and large, and we did 40%. We're close at this point, and hopefully we can beat that. And there's been bad years in between, but it is that vast amount of time that you have that is so incredibly useful. And there's two things we do with the time. One is your knowledge, and I'm going to come back to that more in a second. But the key thing, perhaps, is starting to create habits. Habits are, in one sense, very difficult to do. Think about gym. Think about the 1st of January. Everyone's got promises and ideas, and they don't stick to them. The idea of starting something new is exciting, but the stark reality is it means waking up early. It means doing things that are different. But if we do it a few times, and the evidence suggests we don't have to do it very many times to start getting that habit to become something which we just do naturally. And the habit I want to impress upon you boys and girls today is the idea of saving, of investing. That every time you get some money, you take some of it and you put it aside to save or invest. And it's not the amount that matters. It's the habit that matters. When I was a kid, I started working very, very young. Actually, it was child labor. I was 6. I lived on a farm. We were tenants on a farm. We lived by the gate. There were 3 other people who lived on the farm. And I realized that if they hooted, I'd open the gate, and they paid me half a cent each per month. Yeah, half a cent. So my net income was 2 cents a month. I was an absolute roller. I had so much cash. And then the next year I went to school, and I subcontracted my sister to do it, and I paid her half a cent, and I was making 1.5 cents, and I wasn't even doing any effort. That's when I discovered the glories of capitalism. Of course, my sister discovered it shortly thereafter, and things went very, very south. But the rule in my house was quite simple. When you made money, you had to put some of it in the savings account. Whether in the early days it was a piggy bank. When I got bigger, I had a Nedbank account. Nedbank, because their advert was, if you are serious about money, and I'm like, hell yeah, I'm serious about money. I wanted lots of it. We had to put something into the savings. And it was never vast amounts. When I left school, it wasn't like I was rich and rushing out and buying cars and taking overseas trips to Lesotho or Swatini or wherever the case may be. But it was that habit that was so incredibly important. And that's what I want to impress upon folks today, is that when you get something, put some aside. And the quantum, sure, more is always better, but it's that actually doing it. And then there's the third thing I want to come to, which is knowledge. Not only you 120, the pointy end of 66,000 people who started this challenge 6 or 7 months ago, but you've learned stuff. You've learned stuff which the average person in the streets of Johannesburg, if you tap them on the shoulder, and don't do that, hey, this is Johannesburg. But if you were to figuratively do that, or the person on the plane next to you on the way home, or the Audi as the case may be, and you asked them about a stock market, and you said, do you know what a PE is? They're going to say a PE. Isn't that like Gqeberha? You guys know it's the price earnings. You know what a dividend is. You know what a warrant is. You know what income is. You understand something which is not grasped by many people globally or in South Africa. And that's powerful. It's powerful because you have the knowledge and it'll stay with you for the rest of your life, regardless where life takes you. But the thing with knowledge is the power of it. And the power of the knowledge is in part the knowing of it. But what's more powerful about the knowledge is in the sharing of it. That is the true power of knowledge, is telling others, is explaining to people and taking what you know and help them know it so that they also now have that knowledge. That is the real power of it. And that is now your responsibility. As people who know stuff about the stock market, which is way more than many others. You know stuff. It's powerful stuff. It's how we create wealth, both as individuals, as corporates, and ultimately as a country. And you have it. And your responsibility now is to share it. Again, careful in Joburg, don't approach strangers. But we need to be out there talking as much as possible and explaining to people, telling them what an ETF is. Go back to your schools, tell people to get involved. Let's get it to 100,000 contestants next year. And let's see how many of you can all be back in the house next year. Ladies and gents, look after yourself as always, and if you can, look after somebody else as well. Thank you very, very much for your time.
Oh man, great words from a great man. Thank you, Simon Brown. Yo. And whoever said yo when Uncle Simon said he matriculated in 1987, shame on you. I was born in 1987. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, the real reason why we are here is, of course, our awards. Now, again, I want to reiterate what's being said here today. By sheer virtue of all of you being here, you are winners. Uncle Simon said it. Out of the 60,000+ people who entered, you are the cream of the crop. And I think that deserves a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for each and every individual here. All right. Before we get into the awards, we have a quick, brief safety video that will be played for our formalities. So it's basically just to walk us through what is going to happen throughout the proceedings. And then, ladies and gentlemen, just to remind everyone here today, when you come up to get your awards, we have a step right there on stage. So whenever you come up, please make sure you utilize the stage. We have our award-winning photographer who's here today. Let him capture the beautiful moment. And remember, if you're a winner, come up and celebrate. Celebrate. This is your moment. Celebrate, dance if you want to dance. But own it. It's your moment. Are you guys ready to get into the awards? All right. Before we do, turn to the person next to you. Say, neighbor, good luck. All right. All right. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start with our school's competition winner announcement. The first one will be the school's income portfolio. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? All right. Coming in 5th place, please put your hands together for BBM, the Trade Treasures, Mpumelelo Secondary School. To help us hand over the award, could our director, Vuyo Lee, and Lady Layla please join us on stage? They walk away with a cash prize of 6,250 South African rands. Our first recipients, a group of ladies. Congratulations, ladies. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, ladies. Representing Mpumalanga. All right. And coming in fourth place, ladies and gentlemen, representing HSB Gauteng. Let's hear it for the retail builders. From Hoërskool Birchley. Ons is gelukkig van julle manne. Well done, gentlemen. HSB coming in fourth place, walking away with a check for 6,750. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for HSB. Well done, HSB. All right, coming in third place, ladies and gentlemen, representing the region of Mpumalanga. Let's hear it once again from Mpumelelo Secondary, BBM, the survivors. Aich! Ay, 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 ay. My brother, you are always on the stage, my brother. You are always on the stage. Ay, 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 ay. 14. Ay, 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 ay. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the BBM survivors, walking away with 11,250. Aich! Papazzo. Congratulations, Mpumelelo Secondary School, scooping their second one of today. Now, coming in second position in the school's income portfolio from Mpumalanga. Let's hear it for BBM, Honorable Traders, Mpumelelo Secondary. Ay, 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 Mpumalanga, how? Well done. You might as well just stay here with me, my brother. 13 years of age, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations to the BBM Honorable Traders from Mpumelelo Secondary School. Wow. It's so refreshing to see so many young winners up here. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, the BBM Honorable Traders. All right, and then the big moment, finishing in first position in the school's income portfolio. Are you guys ready to find out who the winner is? Drum roll, please. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Cheslin Colby, HSB Hoërskool Birchley, Gauteng. Wow. Hoërskool Birchley het eerster gefinish. I gotta be in Afrikaans, guys, please. Papa. 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 Ah, brother dreads. Ah. Oh, it's a little beat. Well done, guys. HSB, Cheslin Colby, first try, and they came in first. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our second category for today. This is the school's equity portfolio. Now, finishing in fifth place. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for forever winners. Forever winners from Litukutula. From Litukutula Secondary School in Gauteng. How old are you guys? Ay, 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 ay. Ha, ha, ha. We have to hold the check here. Oh, guys. What? This is incredible. No, we are not. Fifth place, ladies and gentlemen. Probably the youngest group we've had here today. Ha! I'm blown away. Litukutula Secondary School, forever winners. No, the future is bright. The future is bright. Ha! What was I doing at this age? Yo, I wish I started at that age. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in fourth place in the school's equity portfolio, let's hear it from Gauteng, Litukutula Secondary School Dominator Squad! Dominator Squad! I. Guys, I'm beaming with so much pride. Here's your check for 6,750. Tax-free, guys. Tax-free. Cash. All right, my brother, we need to see that smile. There we go. There we go. Litukutula Secondary School from Gauteng. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Smile, a smile, a smile, a smile, a smile. Well done, guys, and well done. You've got such a beautiful smile. Let's see those teeth, my man. Lower the check, lower the check. We want to see everybody. Well done. Let's give them a big round of applause. Our fourth place winners here. All right, coming in third place, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Assets from De La Salle Holy Cross College, Gauteng. Congratulations, congratulations. Our smallest team today, team of 3, walking away with 11,250 rands. Finishing in third place, let's hear it for Team Assets. Sir. Sir. Tell whoever's WhatsApping, not now. Let's see that smile, yes. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Team Assets. All right. Finishing in second place in the category of schools equity portfolio. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for the Boiler Room, Kersney College, KwaZulu-Natal. Yay! What are they feeding you guys in KZN? Hey. Kersney. They walked in. Thank you, Miss Leila. Thank you. All right, my brother, adjust the camera. Yeah, okay, right. 14,250 is all yours. Let's hear it for the Boiler Room team from Kersney College in KwaZulu-Natal. All right. And in first place in the category of schools equity portfolio, are you ready to find out who the winner is? Drum roll, please. Finishing first, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for X Capital from Ashton International College, Benoni, Gauteng. Well done, ladies. Well done. Congratulations, ladies. You walk away with 21,500 Rand. Let's hear it for our team, full team of ladies, X Capital from Ashton International College in Benoni. All girls. Well done, ladies. All right. We now move on to our school's spectacular portfolio. Speculator, sorry, hey. It's a spectacular category, ladies and gentlemen. All right, in our speculator portfolio, finishing in fifth place. Let's hear it for Kings of the Hill from Ashton International College, Benoni. We've just seen the queens. Here come the kings. Aich. Well done, gentlemen. I love how everyone has the same hairstyle. I think this was planned. Y'all know, let's go for the, All right, gentlemen. Remember, it's not about looking cool. It's about being happy. Let's see those smiles. You've got 6,250 reasons to be happy. Let's hear it for the Kings of the Hill, ladies and gentlemen. Well done. All right. Finishing in fourth place from the Western Cape. Let's hear it for Jade Hustlers from Stellenberg High School. Oh yes, that is the coolest walk I've seen today, my brother. You guys walk away with 6,750 South African rands. Well done, Jade Hustlers. Representing the Western Cape, let's hear it one more time for Stellenberg High School. All right. And coming in third place in the Speculator portfolio, let's hear it representing Gauteng. Once again, Litukutula Secondary School, Stock Exchange Gurus. You guys are just inspirational. Ha! We can't see you behind the check. Come forward, ladies. We want to see you, and we want to see this beautiful, big 11,250 check, and we want to see you especially. So let's keep it there. Bit lower. Let it go and hold it on top. Yeah. There we go. Now, last cherry on top of the cake. Let's see those smiles. Papa, we also need a smile from you in the back. Let's hear it for Litukutula Secondary School, the stock exchange gurus walking away with 11,000 Rand here today, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And coming in second place, representing the Western Cape, let's hear it for JAE Penny Pinchers from Parel Filet High School. Oh, yes. Well done, Daniel. All right, let's see those smiles, gentlemen. Let's hear it for the JAE Penny Pinchers, representing Western Cape, walking away with 14,250 Rand. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, our winner in the category of Schools Speculator Portfolio. Drum roll, please. For the first time here today representing the Eastern Cape, let's hear it for Renaissance Traders from Kingswood College, Eastern Cape. R21,500 is yours, and the title of first place in the Speculator Portfolio category. Let's give our winners in this category a big round of applause. Renaissance Traders from Kingswood College, Eastern Cape. All right. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be the school's ETF ETN portfolio. And in fifth place, representing KwaZulu-Natal, let's hear it for Solomon Investors from Waterfall College. We need to study the water in Durban. Everyone from KZN is my height. Congratulations to Waterfall College for coming in fifth place. Well done, Solomon Investors. We'll keep your 6,250 safe. All right, coming in fourth place, representing the Western Cape, let's hear it for YNS Wealth Wizards, Wynberg Girls High School. Representing the Western Cape. Well done, ladies. These are your Wealth Wizards. And they walk away with 6,750 Rand. Well done, ladies. Yo, so many badges. Let's see those smiles. Let's hear it for the Wealth Wizards from Wynberg Girls High School, representing the Western Cape. Next up in the ETF ETN portfolio, coming in third place, representing the Western Cape, let's hear it for YNS Investex, Wynberg Girls High School. Shame the ladies are so excited. Oh my goodness. No ways. Thank you. We did it. Yes, you did. 11,250 Rand is yours. And third place in the ETF ETN portfolio. Well done, ladies. Let's give them a big round of applause. Coming in second place, representing the Western Cape. Let's hear it for YNS, the Trading Titans, Wynberg Girls High School. One woman, one check. 14,250. Shame, let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The other representatives couldn't make it. So we have the young lady. What's your name, young lady? Kitso, accepting on their behalf. Let's give Kitso a big round of applause, representing her team. You must share with the others when you get back, Kitso. Wow, Western Cape absolutely dominating. Well done. Let's give the Wynberg Girls High School a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Bagging fourth, third, and second place. All right. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, in the school's ETF ETN portfolio, coming in number one. Drum roll, please. Representing the Western Cape, let's hear it for BGC Skillies School Stellenbosch. All right, here comes their fierce leader. We'll add them in here with Photoshop, don't worry. Let's give them a big round of applause. They walk away with 21,500 Rand. Thank you for accepting the check on their behalf. And thank you for the work that you've done. First place. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Word School Stellenbosch. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move on to our university competition winners. The winners of the University EFT ETN portfolio, coming in third place. Representing the Western Cape. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Stellenbosch University, Aliyah Ayakta. Did I say that right? Well done. Okay, yeah. Don't be shy. It's your check. Hold it. So let's see those smiles. All right. Let's give them a big round of applause. Representing the Western Cape, Stellenbosch University. All right, coming in second place, ladies and gentlemen, representing the University of Pretoria, Gauteng. Let's hear it for UP Asagai. You can see tough guys, even when they're wearing shirts. Former rugby players, now investment superstars. Representing the University of Pretoria. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. They walk away with 20,000 Rand here today. Coming in first place in the ETF ETN portfolio, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. Let's hear it for the University of Pretoria, UP Capital! $25,000 in cash. see that smile, my brother. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right. You said it's going in the family. Okay, they're all brothers. Oh, okay. Oh, same household. That's called insider trading. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we now move to the university speculator. Speculator portfolio. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, coming in third place, representing the Western Cape. Let's hear it for Bullish Stellenbosch University. Oh, yes. Great suits, gentlemen. They walk away with 15,000 Rand here representing Stellenbosch University. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Coming in second place, representing the Western Cape. Let's hear it for ABS 5, Pierpoint and Ho, University of Cape Town. Oh, yes. Congratulations. Well done, UCT. You get 20,000 Rand and second place in the speculator portfolio category. All right. Are you guys ready to find out who our winner is in this category? Coming in first place, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. Representing the Western Cape, let's hear it for Investment X, University of the Western Cape. The brother with the many zips. Yo, let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the crazy story. They almost didn't make it today, am I right? You guys missed your flight this morning. But through the grace of God, you guys made it here. Let's give them a big round of applause. So because you're the winners, you win an international trip. You know that, right? Please don't miss that flight. Let's give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so glad you got to experience that moment. You guys are truly inspirational to all of our winners here. From all the schools, from all the universities, please, let's give them collectively a big round of applause. To help us with our next category, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call on to stage Mr. Simon Brown. Yes, please join us on stage. Give him a big round of applause as he makes his way. All right. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, we will be announcing the most active trader for high school. Are you guys ready to find out who this is? Ladies and gentlemen, representing Hoër School Birchley, let's hear it for Begumuzi! Yes! Begumuzi! Well done, Begumuzi. You are our most active trader for high school for the year 2025. Let's give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And our most active trader for university. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the University of Johannesburg, let's hear it for Kamba Telelo. Aich! Ah, yeah. Don't judge a book by its cover. The outfit says poetry, but the mind is of a trader. Representing UJ. What a beautiful beret, my brother. Well done, Kamba. All right. We now move on to our Mentor Award. Now, our mentor for the year 2025, ladies and gentlemen, is none other than Begi Twala. Ay, Malume Begi. Yes. Yeah, man. You are an absolute legend, Malume Begi. Congratulations. Well deserved. We threw in a voucher there in the envelope. It's a Markham's gift card. I'm just playing Malume Begi. Let's give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right, we now move on to our most active subject advisor. And our winners in this category are from the Eastern Cape, OR Tambo District. Let's hear it for Lusanda Boy. Mshalini Zanta. Well done, Lady Lusanda. Congratulations. Let's hear it one more time for Lusanda Boy from OR Tambo District, Eastern Cape. Our next winner in the most active subject advisor category is Clarinda King from the Northwest Province, Madibeng Sub-District. Oh, the Audi driver. Oh, yes. Congratulations. Oh, yes. That's how you pose for pictures. Ladies and gentlemen, from now on, that's how we pose for pictures. None of this shy stuff. We're going to follow Lady Clarinda. That's how a winner poses, ladies and gentlemen. Our next winner in this category from the Western Cape, let's hear it for Yolisa Ngondi, Metro South District. Yes, Yolisa. Let's see that pose. Upa P. Are you representing? Oh, Uber P. Oh, you came here in the Uber P. Yo, long walk to freedom, but it was worth it. Look at it. Smiler, smiler. And we appreciate the attention to detail. We see the green pedicure. Shalini Zanda. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our collaborative award, our collaborative impact award. And to help us with this, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask Nivetna Maharaj to join us on stage. Thank you so much, Simon Brown. Nivetna, big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. All right. In our Collaborative Impact Award, ladies and gentlemen, All right. Representing the Western Cape Educational Department, let's hear it for Lester Mumberg. Mr. Mumberg. No stranger to the stage, ladies and gentlemen. Good to see you again, Mr. Mumberg. All right, let's give Mr. Mumberg a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That, boys and girls, ladies and gents, concludes our awards. Let's give a big round of applause to all of our recipients here today. Thank you so much, ladies. Please do not go too far. Okay. Up next, we have a phenomenal speaker who's got an amazing LinkedIn profile picture. Ladies and gentlemen, the Director of Marketing and Corporate Affairs for the JSE since March 2021. 20 years of corporate knowledge and experience. Please put your hands together for the amazing, the ever so stylish, the one and only Vuyo Lee. All right. Nizandla, one more time. Vuyo Lee, everybody. Vuyo Lee. It's Coco.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mpho, thank you so much. I don't know why you're stalking my LinkedIn, but I guess I'm stalking your Insta because you do this Aaron Pierre dance so well. You must look it up, guys. It's really funny. It's really been a phenomenal day today, and a great year for the JSE Investment Challenge. I mean, going from 48,000 to 66,000 is really an amazing achievement. And I want to thank everybody in this room for making that reality happen. What also makes me proud is the diversity we've seen this year. You know, we've had young people. I was saying to Mpho earlier, I don't think we're parenting right. We've seen 13-year-olds here winning awards. Our 13-year-olds are obsessing about other things back home. But we're seeing young people, we're seeing people of different race, gender, coming from different provinces. I do think the game is rigged because Wits never wins. And I went to Wits. It's always UP and Western Cape and UCT. I must get our Wits guys going, Ralph. But it's really great to see that, you know, this is not an exclusive game. It's not exclusive to a certain set of people. It really is universal and available to everybody else. So I'm really grateful for this occasion that we can celebrate. This year's competition has really kept us on our toes, you know, from the first trade to the leaderboard. When I joined the JSE about 5 years ago, close to 5 years ago, I tried to participate in the game myself to experience it. And I was number 400 on the income game and number, I think it was like 21,000 in the Speculator game. This game is not easy. And what makes it even more difficult is now you're competing with, you know, 59,999 other people. And yet you made it here. And it really, we saw some really amazing achievements. I mean, in Mpumelelo Secondary Primary, well done on your impressive streak in the income portfolio. I think last year you won all 5 awards. And this year, I guess it's time for Cheslin Colbert to shine, just reminding us how competitive and dynamic this award really is. So, guys, there's an opportunity to make a comeback, you know, back to first place. And Mr. Giba Mahlangu, is he here? Please stand up. Mr. Giba Mahlangu has really achieved an amazing feat. He has won 3 times with 3 different schools, right? And I just want to say, sir, you really are an ambassador for financial education. And we'll create our own JSE group next year, and we hope you will join us in that group. And this year we had a sibling showdown. I saw Brett up here, and I saw David up there as well. They are brothers competing in two different teams, and one brother made it second, and Brett made it first. So the Thompson brothers dominated the ETN ETF games, keeping it in the family. Well done in the top two. And I think, to have such skill in one family is really incredible. So I'd like to applaud that as well. So Brett, you've got bragging rights for 1 year, and then David will take over next year. And very incredible margins, very, very tight margins. If you look at the Speculator, or is it Spectator? Is it Spectacular show? If you look at that category, the difference between the first and second winner was 0.47%. Very, very close, guys. Really, really, really close. So JAE penny pinchers, don't despair. Next year, you'll definitely have this in the bag. You were so close. Well done. And in the university category, there was, the overseas trip of the people who missed the plane. The gap was 1.58%. Yeah, no, you're never going to live this one down. You never. We're going to remind you. We're going to post it on LinkedIn and Facebook where old people talk. But that's really how close it gets and how high the bar is set. But beyond the trophies and the numbers, the JSE is something more meaningful. It's about building financially literate South Africans. And when young people know how money works from a young age, they're already on the first step to achieving financial independence and really shaping their futures. And in turn, that shapes the future of our country. So we really are passionate about this. Now, last Saturday, for all my sins, I took two 14-year-olds to the Travis Scott concert. Yes, 1994 met 2030. And yeah, I had to say that because every year Mpho age shames me for graduating in 1994 at high school. And, the stadium was really vibrating. I mean, there's a point in time I told my husband when we got home, I feel like there was a devil in all these children, especially when Fiend was sung 6 times. I mean, Travis was really an amazing artist. And, the appeal of the concert did miss me, right? And I suppose, it's not for my generation. But when I was reflecting about it, I thought, I don't need to get it. I passed on the love of rap music to my kids from an early age. My daughter will tell me to turn the volume down when I dropped her off at school because of all the lyrics. And they are running with it the way they want to run with it. They're enjoying different artists, and they're enjoying different styles of rap, like trap music. And, Jay-Z, my Nas, my Lauryn Hill, is that Travis Scott, is that Playboi Carti, is that Drake. It doesn't make it any wrong, but what it does mean is that we can all enjoy the same music, but understand that the genre will continue to innovate and the genre will continue to evolve. And that's what the JSE Investment Challenge has done. You heard earlier on, we were talking about fax machines and computer labs. We are now talking about AI. We had our first AI capability on the app. We even have an app, right? And it's also evolved because we've moved from just equities to ETFs and ETN, which is a competition we introduced about 2 years ago, Ralph. And if you think about it, when the competition started 52 years ago, there was no ETF. In fact, we're only celebrating the ETF anniversary this year, 25 years. So the competition is different, just like the rap music is different. But one thing stays the same. We are passing on the love of the stock markets. We're passing on financially literacy so that people walk away much more educated and confident about investing in the financial markets. So that's why the JSE continues to invest in platforms like these ones to make financial education really accessible, engaging, and empowering. And before I close, I'd just like to say a few words of thank you to the many, many people who make this happen. Many, many champions and ambassadors of this program who do it for the love of financial education and for the impact that it makes. I would like to thank in absentia Mr. Masango. Mr. Masango is from the Department of Education. I think it's a Cape Town thing. Mr. Masango missed his flight too. That's why he couldn't make it. And Mr. Momberg from the Western Cape, thank you for coming here. Year after year, since you started supporting this initiative, it's grown from strength to strength. And that's because you've brought your subject advisors in, and you've really made sure that, we expand the reach of this project. I want to thank also people like Lusanda who have made sure that this goes into the Eastern Cape. And it's really paying off because we saw one Eastern Cape group win. I think it's Kingswood College. So it is spreading out, and hopefully we'll see other provinces like the Northern Cape come into the mix. So thank you very much to all the Department of Education participants. There are also university mentors. I'd like to thank Mr. Edson Vengesai from the University of Free State, Anne Soldat from the University of Zululand, Professor Diaga from the University of Cape Town, Dr. Niyujenga from the University of Western Cape, Dr. Kumalo from Rhodes University, and Mrs. Nqenelwa Jako, my apologies, Nqenelwa, let me say that again, from Walter Sisulu University. Thank you for the corporate collaborators who have joined us from Standard Bank, Reflective Learning's MoneyWise program, and NetBank for your continued support of the Financial Literacy Initiative. And to our ambassador for the Investment Challenge, Mpho Pops. Mpho, thank you for returning time after time to be our host. I know we don't want to let you go. You always say you want to retire on a high, and we're like, no, you're not going anyway. But anyway, your energy, your humor, and you have so much heart, really so much heart. And you've become really the fabric of this celebration. So thank you very much. I'll get you a ticket to Botswana to expand your international. Swaziland, actually. That's Eswatini. That's even better. Ne? Yeah. So we'll get you there by UberX. So just in really token of appreciation. To Simon Brown and Nivetna Maharaj, thank you for delivering such an engaging address and also showing us how people can start from 13 years old in this competition and go to run divisions in organizations like Standard Bank. You truly are an inspiration. I'd like to ask Leila to come up to really present these gifts of appreciation to Simon and Nivetna. Oh, there you go. Des, you nearly gave me a heart attack.
Thank you. Do we get a photo?
Thank you very much. One of the things that makes me proud about this competition is that I literally do nothing. And I stand up here looking like I've done everything, but actually I haven't. I have a very strong team of champions, hardworking people. I want them to come up as well. Please, Ralph, Idris, Des, Millie, please come up so that I can thank you properly. But these are the people who really keep this competition going. They travel from university to university, from school to school, the first 6 months of the year to make sure that people participate. The growth of this competition is really a direct reflection of their dedication as well as that consistency and care. Is Idris here? I know he's hiding. Oh, he is in mosque. Please, even last year, please thank Idris on my behalf. Idris is one of the people who always wants to be behind the scenes, but actually he's the rock star of this event. So thank you very much. Sure, so many people to thank. But last but not least, I'd really like to acknowledge somebody whose leadership has been instrumental in driving the JSE's financial education agenda. Somebody who has left lasting footprints on the JSE because of her passion for financial education. And that's our CEO, Leila Fourie. You know, Leila is one of the most humble people I've ever met. She's got a doctorate, but doesn't want people to call her doctor. Actually, it kind of annoys you a little bit when people call you Dr. Leila Fourie. And I mean, she worked hard for it, but she's really one of the most humble people I've ever met. Leila, thank you for your vision, for driving us. You know, when we started this competition, or when I joined, we were at 19,000, and she kept on saying, "We can do more, guys. We can really, really do more." So thank you for giving us the power to go and do that. Thank you for just letting us get on with things and supporting us. This is one of Leila's most favorite events of the year. There's two events. One is our She Invests, where we do investment education for women. And this one, every year, before the year ends, she says, "When is next year's one happening? Because I need it to be in the diary. I need to not be traveling. I need to celebrate, the young people." Leila, your vision has really helped shape a much more accessible financial landscape. And please don't go too far. I have an honorary invitee to future ones. And I hope that in maybe 12 years' time, Dodo will stand here to take a trophy in honor of the work that you have done. So thank you very much, Leila. Please, a round of applause. So to all our participants, mentors, and educators and supporters, thank you. In absentia, I want to thank your parents as well, because they stand behind you, and I'm sure they encourage you to be your better self. And please also thank your teachers as well. They are the most unappreciated people, but they do the most for us. If anything, I learned that during COVID when I had to teach my kids Afrikaans, and I was like, how do teachers cope with 22 of these, or 30 of these? So really appreciate the teachers. Thank you for believing in the power of knowledge. Thank you for believing in investing your time and energy to really empower yourselves. And thank you for building a future where young South Africans have the tools to succeed and make this economy better. Congratulations to all the winners. Congratulations to the other participants who are not here. And next year, we're going bigger and better. I'm not going to say 100,000. I'm going to lowball and say 75 and overachieve and get 100. So really, guys, please enjoy the rest of the day and safe travels to everybody who has to go home. So that's the end of this year. I see somebody indicating to me something. Oh!
Let me
Oh!
go to him.
Is this your sign for lunch?
He's hungry. He's
okay,
hungry.
and lunch will be served, but that's over to Pops. I don't want to steal his tender. He must say that.
Hey, my brother, you can't wait to eat. Ne? Yeah, the lunch. Where's the lunch? Buyoli, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Buyoli, one more time. Okay, it's almost lunch, my brother. We are 2 minutes away from lunch. I just want to take this time to congratulate each and every one of you. And just to remind you, honestly, for me, this is one of my favorite events of the year. And like Vuyo was saying, I also want to retire and sail, but I need to buy that boat first. But before I do that, it's an honor being your ambassador. It's incredible seeing the magnitude of entries that we get each and every year, and to see the different sizes on the stage. Guys, it warms our hearts. I just want to say this to each and every one of you. I want to remind you that in the world we live in, the most successful people do not chase money. They don't chase money. Successful people don't chase money, they chase being useful. So be useful, and remember that money is a byproduct of value creation. So be purpose-driven. As a wise man once said to me, think big, start small, act now. And I've never forgotten that lesson. Remember, you become successful in your mind long before you become successful in real life. So to each and every one of you who are here today, keep going. It's a reminder to keep going. You are at the top of 60-something thousand. You guys are the top. You are in the penthouse. Keep going. Remember, guys, at the end of the day, you're young people. Your kids. Yes, you are the overachievers of the gang, but remember to be a kid. Enjoy being a kid. We all miss this era in our lives. If you ask any of us which era we would go back to in our lives, it's this era. Enjoy being a kid. Develop your character, develop your identity. Don't be taken by what's happening in the world. My mom used to say to me, "Ntotse monate adifeli." Nice things don't end. Enjoy being a kid. Don't rush to grow up. Work on your character. Build your character. Find a community and plug in. Uncle Simon was talking about it. If there's anything happening, put your hand up. Get involved. Find a mentor. We have amazing mentors here. 3-time champions, 3 different schools. There are mentors who are your age mates. There are older mentors. There are mentors that are outside of your community. Find a mentor, and remember to trust the process. Take the initiative. Don't worry about other people. Jealousy, envy, what they're saying. They can make fun of your hairstyle. It doesn't matter. Keep going. Put yourself in play. Always go to the top. Let today be a reminder that you are capable of getting to the top, because you are at the top right now. Let this be a benchmark for you. And remember to always plug into your community. And very importantly, it's not what you think, but rather how you think. And that's shaped by your character and your identity. And lastly, the reason you are here today is because you are masters of keeping your head on. It wasn't easy getting here, we all know that. There was a lot of frustration, a lot of hard work, but each and every one of you are proof that you can manage that frustration, you can manage that process. So keep going, guys, and remember that being successful is not luck, it's a choice. And you guys made a choice to be here today. And to all of you, we say congratulations and thank you. And to our fierce leader, before we say goodbye to you, please join us on stage. We have a very special gift for you from HSB War School. HSB, kan julle op die stage geklim? Opklim. Ek het 'n B gekry. Nee, A. Aish. Begmoze. All right, Lady Layla. This was something. Dr. Layla. Yo, if I was a doctor, I'd have it on my car. This car is driven by Dr. Mpopops Mudikwani, who happens to be a doctor. Dr. Layla, there's a very special gift for you from HSB. Malume, I'm going to hand you the mic.
Right. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of War School Paisley, we want to thank you. Whenever we come here, we always receive. I think it is our turn to give, because you've given all for this competition. Here's a token of appreciation from us, and remember us. And enjoy your retirement. All right, no, thanks, Paul.
That's very sweet. Thank you, HSB. Let's give them a big round of applause. My lady, we hope you will hang that in your yacht as you sail around the world. Let's hear it for the wonderful Layla Fury, ladies and gentlemen. All right. And then my brother, the time has come. Time for the remuneration of the stomach. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are serving lunch out there. We've got soft drinks. We've got amazing lunch out there. Please grab something to eat. Make your way to the ETFSA counter to make sure you collect your awards. Make sure everyone has their certificates. Please do not leave without this. Make sure you go past the ETFSA stand to make sure you collect your awards and find out how you get your prizes. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mpopops Mudikwane. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I hope to see many of you right here again next year. Enjoy your afternoon. Safe flights. Bye. Enjoy overseas.